To the first episode of the It's Getting Late podcast. I am so happy that you guys are all joining us for a little bit of your time. My name's Jacob. I have my co-host here. His name's Paul. And today we're going to be going over a couple different movie, TV, and video game news that's happened throughout the week. And we are so happy you guys are here. So if you guys have any topics or any type of reviews or fan theories that you guys see throughout the week, we have our email at the it's getting late podcast at gmail.com. Send that to us whenever you guys feel like. If you guys, see a movie and you guys want to send it to us, or you guys have a fan theory, just send it to us and we may address it on the next episode. But anyways, guys, let's get started off with our first topic of the day. So our first topic, we are going to be discussing Shrek. So I don't know about you guys, but I've been really excited for Shrek. And I was a big Shrek person when I was younger, and I loved the first four. I mean, three was okay, and four was a little bit less great. But I loved the Shrek films, and it's really disappointing that Shrek 5 now they've delayed it 6 months. Paul, how are you feeling about them delaying this Shrek 5?
I mean, after you saw that teaser trailer, are you surprised?
Yeah, I get what you're saying with that, because I think we were talking about this earlier, but the Sonic treatment,
Oh yeah,
they
100%. I think that's why they delayed it. They're like, we gotta fix this before.
I mean, the animation
I
is
mean,
just I hated it. Shrek looks awful in my opinion, and I think
yeah.
they had to do it. I also feel that they really did not wanna compete with Avengers and Dune, because that was the
Oh
big thing
yeah.
coming
No,
out.
there was no way that they were gonna be able to make any money with both those movies coming out at the same time. People are gonna say, Shrek 5, footnote, not even worried about it.
Yeah, I think the draw still would have been good, because it's a Christmas time movie, and I think it would have had bigger legs than maybe Dune. I don't know about Avengers, but I think it definitely would have survived longer,
Yeah, it is more of a family movie than Dune. I don't really see people taking their 5-year-olds to go see Dune.
especially at what happens at the end of Dune with
Yeah, no,
how
that's very true.
Paul completely changes and he just becomes full bad guy. But I think what I'm more disappointed with Shrek is that we announced it now, and we're getting to about, since your announcement to when it's coming out, we're getting to maybe 3 to 2 years until we're getting this movie. And
Yeah,
it's
says right here, summer 2027 at the earliest, June 30th.
at the
So,
earliest, and June 30th, I would not be surprised if they're trying to get away, maybe because, like I said, we have the two theories of, one, Avengers, is it trying to avoid Avengers? And two, is it just because of the animation? And if it's the trying to avoid Avengers and the superhero films,
that's understandable.
June, yeah, understandable, but June, dude, that's when they have their big summer movies for comic book films as well.
That's
S-
also true. So, whatever comes after Avengers is be like, all right, we could take on Shrek.
Exactly. Like I think if that is the reason they moved it, I don't think it was a great move. Also, why 6 months? Like,
That's also true. Like, that seems like a huge jump. Like, if it was just a little bit, like maybe just to March or something, because March is also a pretty big movie month because of spring break.
oh, spring is when,
But
yeah, they have a bunch.
yeah, but like the 6 month, like half a year, like that sounds like they might be changing a lot of stuff, not just holding off to save themselves some box office bucks.
Which I think Shrek 5 is gonna be big enough as it is. I don't know if it's a
Oh,
billion
for sure.
film. I don't think it is, just because it's been so long, and as we've seen recently with these legacy sequels, they either are big or they're kinda small, and they're not gonna blow up as much, and I don't know if there's still that. I know people our generation and our age love Shrek, and Shrek
Oh
was a
yeah.
big thing, and people are gonna go see it, and it's awesome.
I remember watching the first one in theaters, and at the time, everybody's like, "What is this Shrek movie?" Like, I don't know if you've heard about the whole DreamWorks cast thing where DreamWorks was working on the Prince of Egypt movie, and if any of those animators messed up, they were quote unquote Shreked, where they were sent to work on the Shrek movie as a punishment. And then Shrek ended up blowing up huge. So
Yeah, I did not. That's interesting. I did not. I wasn't, I was a lot younger than you when it first came
yeah,
out.
no, very true,
So,
very true.
but
What way to age me. Thanks for that.
you're welcome. But, I I'm excited for it. I just don't know if we're gonna have that poll anymore,
Well, I
especially
mean, the Puss in Boots movie, the Puss in Boots, the
was
Last
amazing.
Wish, it was excellent, like, and I didn't even watch the first Puss in Boots movie because I had fell
It
off on the
was
whole Shrek franchise.
it was good in some aspects, in other aspects, it was bad. It really depended on
Yeah,
whether or not it was your flavor. There were some people that loved it and liked it. There was others that absolutely hated it. I know that one was kind of
yeah,
polarizing,
but I
but
think that the second movie, it was very generally accepted, critically acclaimed,
and it
everybody loved it.
updated, and adding to what you're saying, like, they added the animation and it updated Puss to where it was like,
Oh,
we're
big time.
updating the animation, but it still looks like Puss in Boots. The
Yes.
Shrek one,
Yeah, they went too far. They went way too
I
far.
don't know what they
I'm
were thinking.
I don't know what did they do? Like Shrek definitely looks not great. Fiona's okay. What'd they do to my man Donkey?
Donkey, let me pull that one
Oh
back up
my
here real
gosh, his
quick,
hair,
but
like his the old hair, like look at his hair.
that looks
He
like
looks like Donkey after like 10 years of meth. Like
or more of
it's
like
not
a
great.
billy goat. Looks more like a billy goat than a
No, yeah,
donkey.
you're right 100%. They mess with it too much.
I think Pinocchio looks fine.
He's fine, but there's not really much to change there. And then
Also, my
their
next
daughter
yeah,
is
that's my other
being played by
question.
Zendaya, right?
Yes, and I think that's fine. I just my question with it though is if this is where Zendaya is, where are the other 2 kids? Because they have triplets, or is this after the triplets or before the triplets? Like, we don't really know. I'm excited to see where they're gonna take it, but
Right.
I hope they really need to update this because I don't like how the art is, and I would not be surprised if that really is what the delay is. But I also have a hard time with this because this movie was supposed to come out in like the summer of 2026,
Mhm.
and we're
Well,
now this is over a
now a whole
year
year after.
a whole year. I just don't understand how when you have all this planning for these movies and you've got everybody checking these schedules, making sure you've got the right time and you schedule these right, where we're off by a whole year. And I understand movies have been delayed, but this is
Yes,
Shrek 5 and we're really delaying it. A year is massive
big
for
time.
movies when we're delaying it.
Well,
And
and animated movies in general take a while, like
oh
Incredibles
yeah.
2, over a decade to get that movie going. Now, obviously, they weren't working on the movie that entire time,
Yeah.
but it does take time for animated movies, but however long it took from them from concept to releasing that trailer to when it actually gets released, it does feel like it is a lot longer of a calendar than most other release schedules.
Oh yeah, and ultimately, I want a good movie, and if it takes
True.
until the summer for them to feel like they have a confident, good Shrek movie, I'm okay with that. It's like it's hard because it's like you really want this movie, and then it's like, oh, we've just delayed it another 6 months. It's like, excuse me, it's like with Spider-Man. Like we were
Yes.
really waiting for like, they said it was gonna come out within, 6 months, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse after they were gonna have it come out 6
It was
months.
supposed to be back to back from, Across the Spider-Verse to Beyond the Spider-Verse, and then we come to find out, oh, they haven't even started making it yet?
They no voice lines, nothing, and it's like, you and it's unfortunate. Now, hopefully, the good thing is that I think if I saw correctly, and I could be wrong about this, I think Shrek 5 comes out a week after Spider-Man.
So, yeah,
Now
so
with
they're
this
still they're
delayed.
still fighting with the huge superhero movie.
Exactly. I I don't know how well it's gonna do, especially if you're doing a week after Spider-Man. I'm almost saying we need to move 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks away.
Yeah,
Maybe not 3, but I definitely think I would not be surprised if we have something come out saying that Shrek 5 moves a week because it doesn't wanna mess
at
with
least,
Spider-Man.
yeah. Give it that little buffer.
Yeah, like, I would have understood. There's a couple if this, let's say, I don't know, Fantastic Four 2, obviously, that's not what's coming out, but, like, instead of Spider-Man, it was, like, a Fantastic Four 2. I would have understand, okay, a week later,
Yeah,
like, Fantastic Four doesn't have as big of a pull, it's, it's good,
it's
they're
a
gonna have good
relatively
numbers.
new.
Yes, and people are still getting around to it, but Spider-Man, dude, you don't mess with Spider-Man. Spider-Man's gonna pull so many
Never mess with
people.
Spider-Man.
And Spider-Man, I think the other thing too is just the kids really like those movies are geared towards more for kids, but
Oh,
adults can
definitely.
also enjoy it. So, you have people going over and coming back and back and back for it, and I think people will come back for Shrek as well. I just
Yeah,
I don't
definitely.
know if this is gonna hinder it, but but I but I mean, that's we'll see how it goes. Anyways, guys, what do you guys think about Shrek 5 being delayed? Do you guys like it? Do you hate it? Are you guys how excited are you guys to see it? Let us know in the comments below. Okay, guys, moving on. The Boys. I love it. 4
Oh,
seasons
yeah.
of The Boys have been pretty good. Season 4,
Yeah, it's a little iffy, but still overall, it's been a great show.
it's been great. And Gen V, oh,
Gen B was awesome. Oh my gosh, I'm
it was
excited for season 2.
exactly, and it was way better than it ever intended to be. Like,
Oh,
it
big
was
time.
great. So, I think it was yesterday or the day before, they
Mhm.
had the new Vought Rising pictures come out with all of the new superheroes for this prequel series that they're gonna be doing with Jensen Ackles, and by
Love me
God,
some Jensen Ackles.
I know, he's great, but these pictures, they look great, dude.
They do, they do. I love how each different hero, it's like a different arm of the military.
Oh, yeah, I've been seeing that,
Like,
I've been hearing about that,
that's
yeah.
that's such a great idea, especially since I believe that this show is, like, set during World War II, I believe?
1950s, yeah, they've got it
Okay.
1950s, so a little bit post
A little bit
World
post
War
World
II,
War II.
but yeah, they've got it 1950s. I think they've also confirmed that Stormfront will be back.
Oh, for sure.
So we have Stormfront in there as well, and if I remember right, this will probably be around the same time when we see I wouldn't be surprised if we see Black Noir as well in this. I don't know
Oh, true.
canonically where he lines
Well,
up.
he was, if I remember correctly, it was the Vietnam War or the Korean War. I can't remember which one that those flashbacks in season 3
Yeah, and that's why I'm
were.
thinking I don't know where he'll end up.
He might be a little bit too young for the show, but
Too young.
maybe it's like the precursor to Black Noir, like his dad or something like that.
Yeah, or and then I'm also wondering if we see, Giancarlo Esposito's character. I know he doesn't play him, obviously, the younger version of
Right,
himself,
yes.
but are we gonna see is it Stan? I'm pretty sure his name's Stan,
I believe so.
but I'm wondering if we're gonna see them. I'm really excited about it. I think I read also that it's gonna be like a murder like a what is it?
Like a detective thriller type thing?
Detective, there we go. Yeah, it's so I'm
Okay.
really excited. I think these pictures for these suits look awesome. I especially love
Oh,
Soldier Boys.
100%. Soldier Boy looks great, and then you've got, Mason Dye as Bomb Sight. He's obviously the Air Force. Then you have, oh, sorry, my iPad decided to stop working.
Of
Here we
course, we
go.
just love technical difficulties.
Always, always. Will Hockman as Torpedo. His suit looks
Yeah,
super
let me pull
nice.
this back up now that we're going
Yes,
down this.
please.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one on the far left is Will Hockman as Torpedo. He's even got these little, like, fins on his arm bracers. It looks nice. And then the female at the end, that is Elizabeth Posey as Private Angel, and I'm assuming that she is the Marine Corps, if we're assuming that Soldier Boy is Army.
Yes, yes. I can't get over how good they did his suit in this. I
Oh,
really
yeah, no,
like
it
how they
looks really
update
good.
how they kinda updated it, and then they gave him that mask with the eagle
The
on it.
eagle,
I
yes.
I think that it's just
Like,
awesome.
all their outfits look absolutely phenomenal.
Yes, and I don't know, can you look this up? When is it do they have a releasing for
Release
Vought
date,
Rising?
let me
Yeah,
see. Last I checked, and of course, iPad doesn't wanna work.
of course.
Just cannot get around technical difficulties. Alright, here we go. Amazon's Prime Video revealed the first look. Vought Rising is a twisted murder mystery about the origins of Vought in the 1950s, the early exploits of Soldier Boy, and the diabolical maneuvers of a superhero known to fans as Stormfront. Okay, so all the things that we just said, I do not see a release date.
Yeah, so I'm assuming this probably comes out after season 5. I don't know if they're
I
done
think
filming
so
it. I
too.
think this comes out after season 5, which we're supposed to get season 5 next year. But I ask you this question. Do you think now I haven't lost, like, my love for the boys yet, but do you think kinda the concept is gonna eventually dry out with all of
I
these
they
shows?
they are that's the thing, they're making a lot of shows. You've got the Boys regular show, you've got the Gen V show. I don't know if you watched the animated Diabolical show.
Yeah, I didn't love it. I thought
It had some good episodes, and then there were
some of
some
them I
other
just thought
episodes
were
that were just
really stupid, like,
they
I
were.
mean, the one where the girl talks to her shit, like, I just was thought that was really weird. I was like, I don't wanna be mean, but wha we're
No, I get it, I get it.
like, what were
But
we
I
on?
believe it was anthology based, and then I think there was, like, a different director and a different crew for each episode. So, it was basically like everybody trying their own hand at trying to tell a story
There
in the Boys universe.
yeah. I think
But as we know so far, has there been a announcement for a season 2 of the Diabolical show?
I
I
don't
don't
know, I
think
don't
so.
know, I don't think there has, and I just think it's because there wasn't enough viewing. Like,
Oh,
I don't
definitely
think
not.
people cared enough about it,
Yeah.
because, I mean, it it was an anthology series that didn't really add to anything. These were all heroes that we
Yeah,
were
no,
never
it
gonna
was
see.
they were
So
never gonna appear in the main show except for the little tidbits here and there where they actually used characters from The Boys whenever they showed, like, Homelander's first mission. That was actually a good episode.
oh,
Or,
yeah.
there was one that was, like, almost directly ripped from the comics where they had I believe it was the Man from Saturn was his superhero name, the one that was flying around super fast, and they
Yes.
had, like they drugged him and made him super speed himself to death, basically.
Which, yeah,
But
I'm not saying all of those episodes were bad. It's just
no,
they're
not at
I
all, but the overall concept of it was it was a little dry.
yeah. So I don't know. I think to me, The Boys, it's fun and I want them to keep making stuff and I love as long as they have good ideas.
Right.
Like, I think they keep going with this, but also, I think the main draw for a lot of people is the relationship between, uh, Billy and Homelander, dude. Like,
Yes, that
that's the
that
big draw.
rivalry,
People
it's yeah.
want that, and that's the big I think now that you take Homelander out of it, because even Gen V, Homelander doesn't show up until the end, but
Right.
you still have that looming threat of, "We still got Homelander in this universe, and
Oh, yeah.
if something really goes bad here, he's gonna show up," and that's exactly what he did. So, I don't know how much further they can go with this without having Homelander in a way. It's like Marvel without having Captain America and Iron Man.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that if they were in there, they'd be better, but we're struggling without a Steve Rogers and a
And a
Tony
Tony Stark.
Stark. We're struggling
Yeah.
a little bit with storytelling in some aspects, and they're getting better. They've had
They
some
have
stuff,
steadily been getting better since this
but
new phase.
there's some things where it's still like we're missing the leader, and I
You
just
need the flagship.
yeah, and unfortunately, I don't believe Sam Wilson as a leader. I just don't. They've done that character poorly, in my opinion, ever since after Endgame. They have done him poorly. and I don't even know if maybe if they would have given the shield to Bucky, if that would have made it better, but
Mm.
I don't, but yeah, back to the boys though. I think I think eventually
Speaking of shields.
yeah, shields right there. But I think I'm like I said, I'm good with this. I'm excited for this Vought Rising show.
Mhm.
I think it's gonna be good with them keeping I think they're keeping the same showrunners and everything.
Oh, of course, they have to.
Yeah, I just
They
I
they they just have a certain style that just meshes with this universe so well.
exactly. I just hope that they can keep the storytelling well because I personally feel that if there is a bump in the road, especially prequels with you can write yourself into a corner because you have to
Oh,
stay within
big time.
you it's not just continuity, you then also have to stay within the confines of making sure that everything lines up canonically and all that. And so then there's even smaller and smaller. So, but anyways, guys, what are you guys thinking of this Vought Rising pictures? They look amazing. Me and Paul absolutely love them. Do you guys have a favorite? Are you guys looking forward to the show? Let us know in the comments below. All right, let's move on to our piece of video game news today. Wolverine. I've been excited for this game ever since they announced it.
Oh, big time.
And Paul knows I have gone on
Yeah.
rants about it, and you guys are about to get a piece of it. But I've been excited for Wolverine ever since they announced it at that PlayStation event with Spider-Man. It has been my most anticipated video game until then. And then there was the leak. And then we haven't heard anything for when did that trailer come out, Paul? 4 years? Almost 5 years? Is it 5
It
years in
has been
September?
a while.
And I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. I get it. These video games take a long time to make. I 100% get it. This game, I'm starting to worry whether or not we are even going to get this game. I am really starting to worry because this game, like I said, was almost announced 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's the PlayStation Showcase 2021 was when it was released. Yep.
2021. So we are going to be in 4 years in September. And I personally believe that if we do not hear anything from this year, either it's going to get canceled or it's not coming out till 27 or 28. Like, guys, I want to put this in motion for you here. I was a freshman in high school. A freshman in high school when this game was released, when it was
Or when it was
announced.
announced,
Sorry, when it was
yes.
announced, not released. I was a freshman in high school. I remember coming in from football practice and seeing this trailer and was so excited for it. And we haven't heard anything from it. Anything from it in 4 years. I graduated high school this year. I'm going into my freshman year of college and we still have gotten nothing. Now, bright side, I saw a report the other day that there is a possibility we hear something from it at Gamescom. And
Hopefully.
honestly, I think that would be a great spot for them to start this marketing because you need to restore the faith and start getting the hype back up on this. Because if
'Cause
you don't get
otherwise people are just gonna forget it.
people are going to forget it. And the sad thing is that this game looks like it's going to be as good as the Wolverine X-Men was it Wolverine X-Men
Origins.
Origins? Yeah. That
Yes, oh
game
my gosh, that game was amazing.
and it even though the movie sucked, that
Yes,
game
yes.
was amazing and the combat systems in it were
The
awesome.
combat, the healing, like, your health bar was your body. The more messed up your body was, the less your health was, and then you slowly regenerated just like Wolverine does. It was such an awesome concept.
And it looks like it looks like I wouldn't be surprised if that's the direction they're gonna go
Oh,
with
definitely.
the
They
game.
should absolutely steal that.
And I just it's such a great game concept and it's made by the people that made Spider-Man and I'm so excited for it, but it is really upsetting that
Mhm.
crickets. You don't hear anything and I get they're working hard. There's also reports that since the leak which was very
Yeah,
unfortunate,
it kinda shook up their whole thing.
and I'm willing to bet it because I thought for a while there, before the leak came out, I was like, "Well, maybe we get this game in 25." That makes sense. That would be 2 years after Spider-Man 2. That way you have another and then after that, they could then go work on Spider-Man 3. But I'm thinking right now, they've gotta be focusing on this game over at Insomniac. There's no way they're focusing on Spider-Man 3 right now.
Well, aren't they also working on a Venom game, or was that, canceled?
That was part of the leak. That was
Mhm,
rumored, but they had so many games rumored. They had that game that was supposed to come out after Wolverine that was gonna be like a Miles Morales.
mhm.
Then they were gonna do Spider-Man 3, and then after that, it was gonna be like an X-Men game. But the X-Men game, if I remember right, the release was like 2029, 2030, something like that.
Goodness.
This game, it hasn't came out yet, and I don't think that if we're supposed to get an X-Men game in 2030, that it's not gonna
Nah, it's
happen. It's not
not
gonna
happening.
happen. I really believe that if we don't get this game by next year, I don't think we're even gonna get an
Well,
X-Men game until PS6 or PS7, dude.
let me put some dates in your mind. So, whenever I pull up the release date for Wolverine, it says that it was supposed to be released in March 2026. So, that's not that far off, and like you said, we haven't had any news whatsoever. So, that is a very, very tentative window, like, I doubt that that's when it's gonna release.
Oh, no.
But
Because I haven't even because usually video games, and they're different from movies. Movies, you start marketing your movie usually 6 months before the movie comes out,
right.
and you start doing your push. Trailer probably comes out 4 months before the movie, and that's how you do it because movies are like, you gotta go.
Oh, yeah.
Video games are a slow burn. Video games are a lot of a slow burn, and video games usually start their marketing usually a year t
Years in advance.
exactly. They usually have their announcement trailer usually 2 years
Well
before the movie comes out.
hold on. Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man PS4,
Yes.
the reveal trailer for it came
E3
out in
2018?
no,
Was it
E3 2016.
2016, and then the game came out 2018, if I
That's
remember
right.
right. Yeah,
No, 2019, 3 years
2019.
later.
3, okay.
It's yeah, it
Okay.
was 3 years later. So, if we're following that same timeline, Wolverine was when announced in 2021, we should have had this game last year.
Should have had it last year. I think that leak there was reports because the leak from what I was told, because I stayed away from stuff, but what I was told is that it was the first beginnings of the story pretty much. The first probably hour to 2 hours of the story was kind of revealed. But then I was
Right.
also told the full like gameplay wise is what I was told. And then I was also told that then the entire story was just completely out there and in the open. And there were reports, I think, that they were going to rewrite script wise. They were rewriting the entire game because they were
That's like starting the game from scratch almost.
pretty much except for your gameplay aspect. And
Yeah.
I think from what I heard, the beginning of the story sounded like they had a solid story, but I understand if they were like, we want to give the fans a different game. We want to give them a new game, a game that they can be proud of, and something that they didn't hear leaked off of the internet. And I think this leak just really pushed back everything. And
Oh, 100%. Because people are always gonna be like, "Well, it looked better in the leak. I think the gameplay footage looked better in the leak," and it's like,
but
you
then
you guys are almost shooting yourself in the foot whenever that happens.
yeah, but then it's also funny because then it's the same people that are gonna say, ah, the gameplay looks like crap. And well,
Yes.
no shit, it looks like crap. It's a leak. They didn't want that
It's
gameplay out there. Like
it's pre-release, pre-beta,
free
pre-alpha. I mean,
everything.
yeah.
No wonder if you think it looked like crap, it's because they are not ready to release anything.
You're
And
lucky that they got past concept art, like, come on.
exactly. And that was in Christmas of 23, if I remember.
Mhm.
So 2 years after they announced it, I just hope we get this game. I'm hoping we get an announcement this year because if we don't get an announcement this year, I'm really worried whether or not we are gonna get this game.
At
Anyways,
all.
guys, wait, sorry, what?
I said
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, at all. So, but anyways, guys, what are you guys thinking? Are you guys excited for the Wolverine game? I surely am. I've been really hyped about this game. Wolverine is one of my favorite characters. Are you guys thinking it's going to come out next year, 27, 28? I don't know. Let us know in the comments below, though. All right, guys. So, let's see here. What did we have next on our schedule?
Is it
Sorry,
soapbox time?
I think it well, I am no. Okay. Okay, guys. Sorry about that. My graphics are all out of whack. Anyways, so
Oh, yes.
we have movies that have came out this year that have been absolutely great. We've had so many of them, but
It was a good year for movies.
it's been really good year for movies. But we've also had some stinkers, some really bad stinkers. So me and Paul, we were talking and we're thinking that every week we're going to have 1 to 2 what we call fun segments. They're not going to be news segments. They're not going to be anything reports. They're not going to be any of that. So we're doing something different and we're going to do this is one of ours that we're going to start. Our first one, we're going to do top 5 and top 5 best and top 5 worst. This one today we're going to do best and worst movies of the year so far. Now, speaking of the top 5 and all the segments that we're going to do, that email that I showed you guys at the beginning of the show, we're thinking we're going to do a fan theories one. So if you guys have a fun fan theory, like I said, email us and we are going to try to collect probably about, 4 to 6 of these fan theories and we'll go over them in a show. So just send those over. But anyways, back to our top 5. I think what we're gonna do here, Paul, we're gonna start off
Oh,
with our worst. We always start off with the bad news because
oh, of
why
course.
would we want the good news? We want the good news later. So I think Paul, what I'll do is I'll start you off with your top 5 worst, starting at 5, going up to 1, like we had discussed and stuff like that. So
Gotcha. Okay.
what are we looking at here? What are your top 5 worst movies of the year so far?
So, my bottom 5,
Bottom 5,
uh
yes, bottom 5.
uh, 5th worst movie that I've seen this year, and by no means does this mean that they are awful, awful movies. Some of them are, but like I said, it was a good year for movies. But my number 5 least favorite movie of this year, Happy Gilmore 2. It was I don't know, it felt a little bit late to the party. It's
Yeah.
been 30 years since the first Happy Gilmore came out.
We should have had a Happy Gilmore 2 15 years ago.
At
Like,
least, like, for
and
it to even be somewhat relevant.
yeah, and to not even get into spoilers about the cameos and stuff like that. The first
Oh,
5
there's so
minutes,
many. There's
the
so
first
many.
the first 5 minutes of the film, and for you those of you that have seen it, we're not gonna say
Yeah.
it because it's still a newer release, and if you guys haven't go and see it, go out and see it. But or in on your
Yeah,
couch in
go watch it
Netflix.
on Netflix.
Yeah, go watch it on Netflix. But the first 5 minutes, I watched it and I was like, "What? That's
Yeah,
what
no.
we're doing?"
That
That
was my reaction too, is like, "Really? You for real?"
so, yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
what's number 4 for you?
Number 4 n numble number 4, sorry, Final Destination: Bloodlines. That one, I'm a huge Final Destination fan. I am of that generation of people. If we see a log truck in the highway, we move over. We are not gonna be in the same lane as that log truck. Just it scarred an entire generation of people. And they knew it too. Whenever they promoted this movie, they had straight up log trucks going up and down the highway with the banner for Final Destination Bloodlines on the side of the log truck. They knew exactly what they were doing, and they made us all go to the movie, and we're like, "Oh man, I can't wait! It's gonna be so good." The last couple Final Destination movies sucked, so hopefully we get a good one. And it was decent. There were some good kills. You remember there were we could talk about this. It's been out for a
Yeah,
while.
and it's also out on digital. It's on HBO.
Yeah, the MRI kill was
Awesome.
awesome. I love the behind the scenes of how they did that. Uh,
The garbage truck one I thought
the
was
garbage truck masher, that one was also excellent. Even the entire the premonition scene at the beginning with the tower, that was excellent.
Space Needle,
That
yeah.
was it was super, super cool. But the rest of the movie, it just kinda felt lackluster, and I know that, since it's a Final Destination movie, the whole concept is we gotta cheat death, there's gotta be some way that we can cheat death, but it's been done again and again and again, and they kinda just can't seem to shake the stagnation of doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, and I think I didn't I really liked it compared to you. There was a little bit difference,
Mhm.
but I I hated that ending. I get that's how the
Oh,
endings are
no,
supposed to be.
same, same.
That ending, what first of all, the effects, the CGI effects in it
Oh,
were
it was not great.
awful.
It was not
It was
great.
so you just see the log and you're like, "That doesn't look right." Like,
Mhm. It's like, "The PlayStation 2 cutscene? What's going on
yeah,
here?"
it was bad. Also, I'm sorry, all the kills I will say with the kills, they took their time with them. They let them
They
slowly
did.
cook over like a 5-minute type of thing, and you just see slowly but surely, "Oh, no.
Dude, that's what
Oh,
Final
no."
Destination is good for, these Rube Goldberg machines of death.
Yeah, but that ending, it was like, "Oh, penny, train, dip, and
No,
here we go,
literally,
log."
it was so sudden, it was just like, "Oh, and everybody's dead."
I hated that ending. I
No,
like the movie
I
a lot
know.
more than you, but yeah, ending. Okay, so
Well,
what do you
like I said, even though these are my bottom 5, some of these movies are by no means
they're still
awful.
watchable. They're still
They
watchable.
are still watchable, but I don't think I will be watching Final Destination Bloodlines again. I won't give it a second watch.
Gotcha. Alright, what do you have up next?
Number 3, Until Dawn.
Yeah.
I know you and I were both a little bit disappointed in this movie because fans of the video game, and while the concept itself seems like an enjoyable movie, using the Until Dawn label just kind of doesn't fit right. Like, if you're gonna do an Until Dawn movie, make it about the Until Dawn game. Don't just throw in a Wendigo and call it good. Now, if because I did like the concept, but I feel like it wasn't fully fleshed out. Most of those scenes that we saw in the trailer of all the different horror movie types that you're gonna see, it was relegated to a quick 5-minute, "Oh, hey, look at all these videos I got on my phone" scene. I'm like, "I wanted to watch all of that. Give me a movie with all of those."
Yeah, and, well, the thing too is they really tried to get the fans with the gas station scene with the guy from the gas
Right.
station. They tried to get us with the actual dress up guy of the killer, the guy that looked just like the killer, and I
Yeah.
just I'm with you. It does as a horror movie, if you take Until Dawn out of it, as a
Yes, yes.
basic horror movie,
It
it's
was pretty
fine.
good.
Yeah,
Yes.
but when you put the Until Dawn on it with how big that game is and how good that game is, you're gonna upset people when this is not Until Dawn, and I am
Exactly.
all for we don't make it the exact same as the view. I get that. We're gonna make it our own liberties, but this wasn't even the same flavor.
No, not at all.
It's like I ordered pizza and you gave me tacos, but you gave me taco pizza, and it's like, "Okay, whoa, 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 whoa. You gave."
It's like same ingredients, different food.
Exactly, and it you say it's Until Dawn, and it's not Until Dawn. I understand how you were disappointed with this movie, and I was too from a fan aspect because
Yes,
I
100%.
personally when I know both of us when they announced this movie, we were talking about it because we're like, this will probably be a good little movie, especially who they had directing. I don't remember who the director was, but I know the director had some other movies that we're like, oh, those are good movies. This is gonna be
Mhm.
good. And from a horror aspect, yes, it's a good solid movie, but from a fan aspect, I could see why
Yeah,
you don't like it.
they kinda shot themselves in the foot.
Alright, what do you got up for number 2?
Number 2, another movie that I know both of us were
Yeah,
very disappointed in, Wolfman.
yep.
Oh, man, it's such a just unfortunate because the Universal horror movies, they have such a long-standing, just grandiose to them that they've survived this long because of how amazing those original movies were. And then whenever they just slap on a tag, say, "Oh, this is a Wolfman movie," but then it comes out and you're like, "Nah, it's kind of dad gets a little bit sick and a little bit hairy. That's not a Wolfman movie. Unfortunately, yeah. Yeah, no, it was very disappointing. I feel like it had potential, but again, it's whenever you take these big budget IPs and you slap it on a horror movie, just like Until Dawn, it's like, "Come on, guys, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're giving yourself this much rope, and then you end up hanging yourself with
Well,
it."
also, though, like Invisible Man, that
That
was
one was excellent. That was a
great.
great use
What
of
was
the
the other
IP.
ones they had? They had a couple other ones from this universe that they
Um,
reimagined, but
was there a Dracula movie that came out recently? I know that there was, like, a Dracula
there there
Untold.
always is a new Dracula, but
I
no,
know,
I
but
think there
that
was
was a
a
while ago, I
I think it
think.
was Invisible Man, and then there was another one, and
Yes, I cannot remember what
both
one
of
it was,
them yeah,
though.
I can't either, but both of them were good. Both of them were really
Mhm.
especially Invisible Man. I
Oh, yeah,
loved
that
that
was
movie.
an excellent movie.
Awesome retelling, but yeah, Wolfman,
Wolfman, nah, it did not hit the mark. It was not what we wanted to see in a Universal monster movie.
yeah. So, what is your number 1 worst movie of the year so far?
My number 1 worst movie. I'm so disappointed in this movie because I was a huge fan of the franchise,
I
or
know.
let me let me rephrase that. The first 2 movies, we don't talk about the 3rd movie, and of course, I'm talking about I Know What You Did Last Summer. Man, they brought back Jennifer Love Hewitt, they brought back Freddie Prinze Jr. I don't wanna spoil any more about the movie because it is still relatively new. It is still in theaters, but I wasn't I wasn't as enthralled as I was. Those original movies, and I believe, the first movie in 1997 when it came out, it was the number 1 movie, the box office movie for that summer, which is crazy for a horror movie, especially a slasher movie. So, for it to just come back after almost 30 years and just not hit the mark, it's disappointing for those of us who grew up with the originals. And like I said, the first 2 I Know What You Did Last Summer movies, excellent, especially the first one. 3rd one, we don't talk about. That was a direct to DVD mess. Didn't have anything to do with the first 2. It was just the studio using the IP, again, misusing the IP to try and get some money. This one, I could see where they were trying. They were really trying to have, like, a Scream type situation where you bring back the legacy cast, you have a new cast, and you try to start a new franchise. This one just didn't hit. It did not hit the mark.
Issue, they didn't bring back Jack Black. That's why we failed here. No
You
Jack
need
Black?
Jablonski, man. You need
We
Jablonski.
needed Jack Black with the dreads, like, that's what we
The
needed.
dread, yeah.
Okay,
But
so
no, it was bad. I
yeah.
mean,
No, I get it, dude, and because those Scream movies, I know it wasn't made by the same people, but it definitely had those new Scream movies look. Like,
yes, very
from
much
those
so.
trailers, it was like, it looks like a Scream, like, it looks like the same guys.
Oh, they are adapting the same formula. They're like, "Hey, they did it. We could do it too." It's like it's very much that meme. Hey, can I copy your homework? It's like, okay, just don't make it look too. It's like,
Well, and I also to me, I Know What You Did Last Summer has always come off as a Scream ripoff to me, and I've also feel like, and it's just me as well, I feel like I Know What You Did Last Summer just doesn't have that franchise type of pull. It doesn't
right,
have that we can keep doing this over and over. Like, even Scream, I get it, sometimes it can get a little stale. It's like, "Oh, another
S-
person." But
Scream 3.
yeah, Scream th
Need I
but
say
even
more?
then, I'm sorry, I think Scream 3 is still better than I Know What You Did Last Summer, this most recent one.
Yeah, no, I would agree.
Like,
I would
and
agree.
also if Scream 3 is your worst movie in your franchise, I think you're doing okay. But
You're doing pretty good, yeah.
I just
Until you make all your actors quit.
yeah, that wasn't great, but, no, but I Know What You Did Last Summer just to me never felt like something we can keep catching on. Like, as
Yeah,
it just never to me. But anyways, so that's your worst. I'm gonna move
that's my
on.
bottom 5.
So
Your
let me
turn.
let me make sure I got this right. So we had Happy Gilmore 2 as number 5.
Correct.
We had Final Destination Bloodlines,
Mhm.
Until Dawn 3, Wolfman number 2, and I Know What You Did Last Summer number 1.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, moving on to my list. Me and Paul had we had a little bit of a different one. But starting for number 5, we had a little bit of a similarity. I had Wolfman. I Me and Paul, I think this was the first movie we saw this year. And we both left this theater going, I don't think that was as good as we thought it was going to be. We really we really thought it was gonna be a good movie, and, we finished the movie, and we're like, "Oh, yeah, that wasn't too bad." And then we got in the parking lot, and we talked for about an hour, and we realized at the end of this conversation, this movie sucked. This was really bad. Harry Backman was not a good movie. It was awful. I don't think the way that they set this up was good. I don't think the way they tried to do some stuff where they went to the past, it was not good. It was not good. End of story. I do not like Wolfman. I probably will not watch it again unless somebody said, "Hey, Jacob, I think we should watch a movie where a dude has a hairy back." And they're like, "What do you recommend?" And I'll be like, "Well, let me tell you, I got the perfect movie, Wolfman." It is the best movie of the summer. You will want to watch this over and over until the cows come home. So, okay, moving on to my number 4. And you're going to see a little bit of a pattern with some of these. Not a whole lot, but there are a little bit of a pattern. Lilo and Stitch. I'm I'm sorry. What
You
the
don't you
actual
don't you don't have
fuck?
to be sorry.
What are we doing? I love Lilo and Stitch, and this movie sucked. I was so excited. I took my girlfriend to this movie. We went and saw it. I think we didn't see it opening weekend just because I was busy with some things and she was busy with some things. We saw this movie and she loved it. She likes movies. She'll go to them with me,
Yeah,
but
if it's a cute movie, yeah.
exactly. And don't get me wrong, Stitch, awesome. The little girl that they had playing Lilo, awesome. The storylines in this movie, the way they did it, awful. Also, I know
Why
it's I
why
know
did they
it's
change it? It
I
was
don't
such a
know.
good story.
I know it is still in theaters. And I get it. We have to judge movies not on what they could have been, but what they actually are. I get that. I 100% get that. And as a bear movie, it's an okay, cute little movie. Take your kids, yeah, you'll have fun with it.
Yeah.
But as an actual movie that's a remake, and you market it as a
As a
remake,
remake, yes. If you are a Disney fan, a Lilo& and Stitch fan,
we're going to we want to go see it for the remake. We want to see this in live action. We didn't come here to see you guys change the formula completely, and you did. For one, you completely took out Captain Gontu. And guys, I know it's still in theaters technically, but movies these days, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, movies these days don't have long theatrical release dates. They just don't. And so this one's been here, I think it was like 120 days as it's going to be by the time it's finally done. And I hated it. I really did. They made Jumba an absolutely just a dick. And I get it. He's supposed to be a bad guy in this movie. They made him the main bad guy, spoiler alert, which was stupid as well. But Jumba does not have his personality, and Plinkly doesn't either. They're just they're both when they were stupid in the first movie, which I don't think they were stupid. Yeah, with the animated movie, they were just goofy. They were goofy comedy relief. And you when they messed up something, it was like, "Oh, Stitch got in the way, did something." This one, it's like, no, they're just flat out stupid. Like, they're just dumb, and they're trying to be dumb, and they're thinking it's funny. It's not funny. It's it's not good. I really don't, and, people were like, "Well, the reason they didn't have gone to was because, well, CGI budget." Not
character, and expect the movie to have the same flavor, but they didn't just delete a whole character, they just changed
Storyline.
the script, they
Yeah,
changed all of it.
and I just it was bad. There was parts of it I will say that I liked. Also, the whole storyline with Nani. The whole thing with her is that she and Lilo stick together and do not leave each other's
Yes,
side.
yes.
And Nani's just, "Oh, I'm gonna go do marine biology, and I'm gonna leave Lilo here with these random people." Well, they're not random,
Bye.
they're their neighbors. But that was like, what are we
Yeah,
losing
I
the
know,
meaning of
that
Ohana? I thought Ohana meant we don't leave each other. Like, okay, I get it. They have the portal gun, so they're able to come back and see each other. But no, I did not love this movie. I think I could go on. I'm not going to. I'm gonna
you
end
did,
here.
yeah.
But Lilo and Stitch number 4 wasn't great. Number
Alright, number
3,
3?
Captain America: Brave New World.
Yeah,
This
it was a
this
little
to me
disappointing for sure.
this to me, and I think Paul will feel the same way, guys. This to me felt like a Disney Plus movie that they put in theaters. It felt like they or it could have been a TV series, and I know where they could have ended it. Every single beat, I know where they could have ended it, and it really sucks because Anthony Mackie deserves better. That's just me. Anthony Mackie, they did his character so well as Falcon all the way up to Endgame, and then it's just gone downhill for him. I don't like his character. I don't believe him as the leader. I don't I don't believe him in any of this. I don't love the Falcon Torres character, Torres as Falcon. He's not bad. I just don't care for him. If they just haven't they didn't do his character well. You wasted, and this one really pissed me off. You wasted 2 great villains that you had. Well, you've wasted 2 people. The leader is amazing. Is an amazing villain in comics, and I understand. Well, Jacob, yeah, comics are not the movies. I get that. The leader was supposed to be the smartest guy, the dumbest person I've ever seen in a movie. Like, what
Plans.
that and okay, the fact that they were able to track him with a cell phone.
Yes.
That oh my gosh, when I was like, "Are we really
Yeah,
doing this right now? Are we really doing this right now?" I think there are 4 minutes in this movie that are great. You wanna know what those 4 minutes are? The Red Hulk fight.
of
That's
course.
great. That's great.
That's why the trailer was the entire Red Hulk fight.
And that's what I also hated. I was like, "Okay, your guys' marketing for this movie, I could have cut this together and it would have been the whole Hulk fight scene." And I
100%.
I'm really upset because you had some interesting ideas. Oh, also, besides the 4 minutes, Isaiah Bradley was great. Isaiah Bradley
He
was
was.
great in this movie.
He
I
did,
loved
especially
him.
for an actor of his age,
Oh, yeah.
like, oh my god, he
Dude,
killed it.
I love him as Isaiah Bradley, and I love the character of Isaiah Bradley, and I'm so glad they did him correct because everything
Yes.
else sucked. This should have been a great movie, and it really I'm here's what I'm also hating about it too. Marvel had a chance to really set this up to where they had another they went from Deadpool and Wolverine to this
Mhm.
movie. And the thing that sucks is what's happened after Captain America. Thunderbolts, great movie. Fantastic Four, great movie.
Absolutely,
If
absolutely.
they would have done Captain America 4 correctly, we would have 4 movies back to back to back. And I'm not saying that the other movies would have benefited from it like money wise. But it makes me wonder if whether or not Fantastic Four gets a better reception, gets
That's
a bet
true.
gets more money. I don't think Thunderbolts ever would have because Thunderbolts I love that movie. That movie is
That movie
very
is
dark,
great, but it also has, I mean,
adult
half of
themes.
the it has, adult themes, and half of the characters in it, you would have to watch the Disney Plus shows to be able to get caught up and understand what's going on.
Yeah. So, anyways, though, guys, Captain America 4, 3. 2, this was a Netflix movie, and it was awful. Kinda Pregnant was kind of the number 2 worst movie of the year so far.
It
It
was
was
kinda number 2.
Yeah, it was a kind of a big number 2. It was a big number 2. It sucks. It's there's nothing I can say about this movie that I enjoyed. There's nothing about this movie that I thought was good. All the characters fell flat. The funny character that was supposed to be the raunchy character, all she did was, I think if I remember right, was smoke and do stupid crap. And I just awful. I'm not a big Amy Schumer fan. I don't find her comedy funny. And that probably leads you guys to wonder, well, Jacob, why did we put this on? Well, that's a good question. But it's because my girlfriend came over one evening and we were just hanging out and she was like kind of pregnant and I had heard bad things about it and she was just like, let's just pop this on. And so I was like, okay, babe, we'll watch this movie. I said, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. And even she, a person who doesn't watch movies, she was like, "Yeah, that super sucked. I'm sorry I made you watch that." Like it just was yeah, she just yeah. So I'm not gonna go on about this because to be honest, it's not worth the time. I also don't remember the movie. I don't remember the movie. So okay, kind of pregnant, the big old number 2. But my least favorite movie of this entire year, and I am going to be surprised if something tops this. And this isn't the worst movie I've ever seen, but it's definitely top 10 because I really hated it. It was really bad. Snow White. Snow White was awful. Snow White. Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. There was a pattern.
These are Disney productions.
And two of them are remakes. Two of
It's
them are
yeah, and 2 of
remakes.
them are remakes. It's just Disney is on a tear, but not in a good way.
Snow White, which should have been a massive home run, should have been a home run, hit in the park for
It was the
moms,
first it was
daughters,
the first
family.
animated movie that Disney ever did.
Exactly, and it should have been a massive home run. They didn't do Snow White. They didn't. Gal Gadot, I'm sorry, is one of the worst actresses in Hollywood right now. She's
She's
awful.
not great.
She's
She's not
awful,
great.
dude, and I don't understand how people with that caliber keep getting stories because I really don't get it. Her as the evil queen was so bad, and Paul, I know you didn't waste your time seeing this movie, which is
I
good.
did not.
Gal Gadot has a singing little thingy that she does. She's got
She
a
can sing.
she's got. I didn't say that. I said she's got a singing number. I said she's got a singing number, and you guys are gonna learn this too. I'm a big music guy and I am a big singer, and so I have that background with me. I was in certain things with choir and show choirs, and I love singing, and so I'm a little bit more judgmental with singing stuff. But my God, this was awful. This was she just her number was about how evil she is, and I'm just looking at this and I'm like, you're not threatening me whatsoever, lady. Like she was walking downstairs. I was like, I feel like if I just held on to your little cape in the background, you would just fall. Like I could just snag a cape, trip on it, you could fall. Like Snow White's awful.
Yeah.
Also, I'll do this one more point, and then we're gonna move on to better things and make us feel better. But so Snow White obviously gets the poison apple. That happens. That's part of the thing. That happens in the movie, in the animated movie. If I remember right, that whole arc
Mhm.
happens, and Snow White is probably asleep for a good while before Prince Charming shows up, and you've got the save. And
Oh.
yes, I kid you not, Snow White eats the apple, then goes to sleep. They put her in the coffin, and then maybe a minute later, the dude shows up and kisses her. And this is over the span of probably 5 minutes.
She's
It's dumb, dude. It is dumb. And how she defeats the evil queen, power of friendship, and how this is our town and we're gonna take it back. Yeah. No, it was awful. The only good thing was the dwarves, even though they looked a little creepy. But
well, I don't bel were they not called dwarves? Because
they were
I thought it was like
in the
the
movie. They were
Snow
still
White and the magical creatures or whatever.
no. It was still seven dwarves, if I remember right.
Okay.
It was still seven dwarves. But the hi ho scene when they went and sang the hi ho little tune, that was good. I will say I
Well,
really
yeah.
liked that scene, and that was a catchy little tune. I was whistling my way out of the theater with it, but no, it was not great. So, okay. So guys, my worst 5 Wolfman, 4 Lilo and Stitch, 3 Captain America 4, 2 Kind of Pregnant, Kind of Pregnant, and number 1 Snow White. So, we're going to move over to the opposite end, and we're going to talk about a little bit more positive things that me and Paul actually liked, because we don't want to just rip down. So, Paul, let's start off. What was your top 5? What are your top 5 movies so far this year that you have
So
seen?
far this year, my number 5 one, K-pop Demon Hunters, which it's all over the place, dude. It's blowing up TikTok, YouTube. I think that it just had one of the songs hit number 1 on the top Billboard Top 100, and it was like the number 1 Netflix movie. It's hitting all the right notes, and I watched it multiple times already. It's a good movie. Even if you're not into K-pop itself, the songs are catchy, the story is great, the action scenes, the animation, it's hitting every single note just right so that no matter what you are a fan of, it's got something for you. I mean, it's just an all-around great movie, and I know that people are gonna be talking about it for a while. People have been talking about, "Alright, so we got a sequel in the works, probably a trilogy." People are fighting over video game rights to it. Oh,
A lot of these people, a lot of them,
definitely.
this is their first anime, and so it's
It
big
it's
for
a it's
them.
a gateway to anime, it's a gateway to K-pop. It's like, hey, if you just wanted to watch a fun animated movie, if you're a fan of animated movies, boom, go watch this and then get exposed to all these other ideas, and
Yep.
you will find that you enjoy. Because I wasn't a huge K-pop fan. I mean, I'm a fan of a lot of different types of music. I listen to German heavy metal. I listen to 21 Pilots mostly. Obviously, they're my number one favorite band. But I'm sitting here and I'm jamming out to these songs. I've already got 3 of them on my Spotify favorites playlist. It's just an all around good movie, good songs, good everything. I loved it. Number 4, Minecraft, the Minecraft movie. And I know it's a meme. Like the whole movie is a meme, but they know it, and that's what they play into. Whenever you have theaters full of people screaming out quotes and, you know, admittedly throwing their popcorn all over the place, kind of a dick move. But ju
Know this. The theater experience for me and Paul when we saw this movie was hilarious and funny.
it was amazing.
I think part of this, and I'm pretty sure you'll agree with me this, but part of the reason why this was number 4 for you was because it's not the movie and how the storyline was, because storyline in the movie is
No,
not great.
no. It's okay. Like, if you were watching this at home, you might be sitting there like, "It's funny, it's okay." But the theater experience, it is quite literally an experience. It's you are there in a room full of people who are there to have a fun time,
And
and
I don't think me and you had laughed in a theater that's still not the hardest
oh
we've
my
laughed,
gosh,
but I don't think we've laughed that hard
in a
since
good while.
since MODOK, dude. Since MODOK, dude.
Oh,
But
yeah.
so, we'll do a quick little sidebar about this, but when me and Paul went to go see Ant-Man, this movie, obviously Ant-Man wasn't great,
No.
but when MODOK first showed up on the screen, me and Paul in a theater full of people could not stop laughing hysterically.
It was
Oh
bad.
my
It was
gosh,
so
and
bad.
we couldn't anytime he was on screen, it
The
just
the
we
the the
started.
the claw and the tiny little butt cheeks, it was so bad.
But I think we just it was we had such a good time at that movie, and we realized probably a
Mhm.
couple months later, it was like, "Okay, Ant-Man wasn't great, but MODOK was
Well, we
hilarious."
watched it a second time,
Yeah,
and when
and
we watched it that second time, we're like, "Man, this movie just isn't as good as I remember it to be."
yeah, but anyways, back to, like, the laughing portion,
Yes.
like, we in Minecraft, me and Paul were
Oh my
probably laughing
gosh.
every 5 minutes because it was so funny. Additionally to
It was
the
meme after meme after
what
meme.
was the villager and what's her name? Jennifer Coolidge. That
Oh,
was
yes.
hilarious.
Oh my that was just, like, the weirdest B story to a movie I've ever seen,
But it was
and 100
hilarious.
it was hilarious. It was just basically like, Hey, Jennifer Coolidge, could we sit you in a restaurant and have a CGI person in front of you who doesn't speak English and just says, "Huh, huh, huh," and you be absolutely infatuated with him, and her going, "Oh, yeah, that sounds great. Let's do that." And it works, and it's crazy, and then the end reveal whenever you find out that she has learned how to speak villager and he has learned how to speak English. I just can't even. But most of the movie, of course, everybody in the theater is quoting it. Every single thing that we heard in the trailers, the chicken jockey, the "I am Steve," everybody in that theater made that movie such a fun experience. If the people weren't as interactive as they were, I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much as I did. But because of that theater experience, that's why Minecraft is on my top 5. Number 3, a movie that we are both very, very much, in love with, Weapons. Ooh, yes, we will. I don't wanna spoil anything, I'm not gonna well, we're gonna spoil it later. Yes. Right now, just let me say that it's not only is it in my top 5 for this year, it is probably gonna creep into my top 10 horror movies of all time list. It was that good. It was very good. Yeah.
More, and because the big thing with Weapons is going in with as little knowledge as possible. So,
Oh, big
anyways,
time, big time.
what did you have at number 2 for your best movies of the
Uh,
year?
Number 2, I had Fantastic Four: First Steps. It was a excellent, excellent addition to the MCU. Of course, every time that we try to have a Fantastic Four movie release, just doesn't quite hit the mark. The 2005 movie was mid, and then we're not even gonna talk about the 2015 Stick. Dude, whenever I went and saw that in theaters, I went opening night, and it was me and one other person in the theater. That's how awful that movie was, so the less said about that, the better. But this new Fantastic Four movie, oh my gosh, it was excellent. They finally got Marvel's first family right. And the cast, Pedro Pascal, excellent. Joseph Quinn as Human Torch nails the perfect mix of not super arrogant, but kind of a little bit hot-headed, and he just nails that little brother mentality so good. Invisible Woman Sue Storm was amazing. All of her scenes, especially whenever she gets into mama bear mode, oof, she was excellent. But my favorite character, and you know my favorite character, because I play him in Marvel Rivals all the time, my boy, my boy Ben Grimm, the Thing. Oh, he was played beautifully. Dude, he was amazing, and the fact that it was all mocap, I believe that there was some scenes where they had a dude in a Thing suit so that they could have a he was in the Thing suit? Okay, excellent. But they nailed it. Oh my gosh, like, every aspect of the Fantastic Four family was perfectly executed, but you cannot have great heroes without a great villain. And Galactus was amazing. Oh my gosh. Like, I yeah, as you can see in Jacob's background, he was one of the lucky few people who got a Galactus popcorn bucket. All I have to say is 6 6 popcorn buckets per theater? AMC, what the hell? The
Background behind that. So, Paul's up in Michigan. He was up there and he went to his local AMC. I'm here in Nebraska and I went to my local AMC. Paul goes, and as I'm heading to my AMC, because there was an hour ahead difference, Paul texts me and goes, "They're all out of popcorn buckets." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, they only sold 6 Galactus popcorn buckets per theater." And I was like, "There's no way." He's like, "Yeah, only 6 per theater, but they had 30 Herbies." And, oh,
Yeah.
guys, I have seen Paul upset about stuff before. He was pissed later that we were talking, and he was like, "Dude, I swear, I'm gonna have to order this thing online." And I was, oh, dude, he was, oh, guys, it was
I
really
did
unfortunate.
order it online, and
You got it, yeah.
I had to pay 20 extra dollars for shipping because it's such a massive popcorn bucket, so instead of paying $80, I'm paying $100, and
Well,
I
you don't
won't
even
even
get
get
it
it till Christmas. It's
yeah, yeah. But so, besides the popcorn fee,
besides the popcorn bucket,
yeah,
Galactus,
awesome.
I was lucky enough to watch the movie in IMAX 3D. Dude,
Ooh, I didn't even
whenever
know
he
that, yeah.
first appeared on screen, I was all the way back in my seat going, "My god, he takes up the whole screen." And then I didn't even realize until, like, a second later that I'm watching this huge Galactus, the Fantastic Four are in that picture, tiny little silhouettes, and it was like, "Whoa." It was just it dumbfounded me, and, having who was the actor who played Galactus? I forget his name. Oh, no. That's gonna kill me. Yes. Yes, oh my gosh. He was excellent, and he was also in a practical suit. They obviously did some CGI to, accentuate it, but he walking around in this, world as a practical Galactus with the horns and everything. Oh my gosh, it was absolutely amazing. They killed it. The movie was everything I wanted it to be. So, yeah, that's my number 2. My number 1 was actually a surprise for me because it wasn't a movie that not that I wasn't expecting to see it. I knew I probably was gonna see it, but I didn't think I was gonna enjoy it as much as I did. F1, the Brad Pitt Formula 1 movie. It was a thrill. It was absolutely amazing. And like I said, I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. I was actually expecting to just, like, watch it at home. I wasn't expecting to watch it in theaters. But when I had the opportunity to go watch it in theaters, I was instantly just fully locked in. I was gripping the chair. My heart was beating so fast. It was such a pull watching this movie, and I'm sure that those who have watched the movie can, agree with me. It feels very much like you're in the car whenever you're, watching this movie. Like, it's extremely immersive. You're feeling every turn, you are holding your breath, just overall, and the story was also absolutely well done. I love the whole character of Brad Pitt, him being the coulda been, shoulda been, woulda been Formula 1, number 1, driver, and then coming back after so many years with this hotshot rookie. It was just it was very Cars 3. Was it Cars 3? Yeah, there is no Cars 4. Cars 3 with, what was her name? Diaz, right? Cruz.
So let
Yeah,
me ask
like,
you this though, does that movie make you wanna go watch a Formula 1, race?
like
Would
an
that
actual race? Yeah,
yeah.
actually it does. And I'm not a sports guy. Like, you ask me about any sport, I'm like, "I like Quidditch," but but this
I like the
actually it made me be
Cardinals
like,
baseball-wise.
sometimes." But no, that this made me feel like, dude, I would love to watch a Formula 1 race. It seems like because the people who are in these races, they are the number 1 drivers in the world. And seeing the best in the world do what they do and show their craft off,
Yeah, this
it
is all
sounds like it would
it's
be a
also all
fun
over
time.
it's big overseas. It's big over
Oh, huge,
here
huge.
in the States, NASCAR's our
Yeah.
racing event, but
They're making a left turn. They're making another left turn. I wonder what they're gonna do next.
anyways, name them down.
Yeah.
What's your list again in a quick
Alright, so again, 5 K-pop Demon Hunters, 4 Minecraft, 3 Weapons, 2 Fantastic Four, and 1 F1.
awesome. All right, guys, moving over to me. I'm gonna go a little bit quick because this segment has ran a little long, but it's okay.
Just a
We're
little
having
bit.
fun here. We're having fun here. But okay, so my number five, I have um How to Train Your Dragon. And guys, I don't think I have seen a remake that I love this much as How to Train Your Dragon. Like this is amazing. I think How to Train Your Dragon is probably my favorite animated remake. And nothing against Cinderella, nothing against Aladdin. It's just I love How to Train Your Dragon. I grew up seeing I saw the first 3 in theaters, and I loved them then, and I think they just captured the essence of How to Train Your Dragon perfectly. And it just they they made a remake right compared to Lilo and Stitch and Snow White. They got it, and they redid the movie. They did it. They redid the movie exactly how it was, beat for beat. We replayed the beats and it was perfect, but they also added the lore of Burke, and it just made the movie better. I'm okay when you do these remakes. I'm okay when you add things for the better. Like, big example, Resident Evil 2 remake. Yes, Mr. X was in the original Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2 remake makes Mr. X better. And when you have a remake, when you add something, if it makes it better, I'm okay with it. Like, also, I forget, I think it's Snot Loud, I think if I remember right, or whichever one has the dad, they added that extra thing of he just wants to improve and impress his dad. That's his big thing. And that was a nice little storyline to add in there. So, number 5, How to Train Your Dragon. No, yeah, I mean, well, yeah. Moving on to number 4, and this is where me and Paul had agreed on our list was I had Weapons. It's just great. To me, I think that Barbarian is a little bit better. That's just me. Well, I don't know if it's better. It just depends on the day. But how I look at it without saying much is that the concept for Weapons is better, but the payoff in Barbarian is better. And that's all I'm going to say. Number 3. Yeah, we'll talk more about it later. Number 3, Superman. I loved I am not a big Superman fan. I really comic book wise, and I've had this conversation with Paul. I hate Superman. I hate Superman because I hate characters that are God mode over the top. You can't beat them. I hate I hate Captain Marvel, dude. I hate Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel as a character is stupid. I hate it. But Superman, what I really liked about Superman was Superman, and so many people were like, "Superman wasn't really Superman, he got his ass kicked a lot," and I was like, "Good." It shows his vulnerable I can't say that word. Thank you. Vulnerability. Thank you. Gosh, words are hard. Words are hard this morning. A anyways, it shows it, and it was great, but people are like, "Well, he's getting his ass kicked a lot," and I was like, "True." But then in the end, he goes absolutely God mode and kicks everybody's teeth in. Like, he goes and gets his dues and kicks the shit out of everybody in front of him. Prime thing is when Luther sent his little errand boy thingies. Great. And but Superman was great. I loved Crypto. Crypto to me as I am a dog guy. Exactly. So yeah, I loved Superman. Superman was really good. Okay. Number 2, Sinners. I it was great, dude. I loved Sinners, and I can't there's not one thing in that movie that I looked at it and I was like, "I would have changed that." There's not one. There's not one thing I think the movie was just really great. I think the conclusion makes it so that there are openings for sequels if they wanna do sequels. It's just a really good movie, and I think as a kind of in a way, I love how they did it in a it's not a period piece, but in a way, they send it back a while to what it was the 1930s, if I remember right. Was it 1930s or was it 40s? So it's 50s. Okay. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So for a 50s, the way that they set that time frame, it was great. So I love Sinners. I it was a really great movie and I really enjoy it. My number 1 so far, and this was my most anticipated movie of the year that I've been waiting for and could not count down the days, was Fantastic Four. That movie was I just it's great, and like Paul was saying, everything they did was amazing. I was so happy that they finally did Galactus right, and I don't think there's any other way they could have done Galactus because I feel like if you beat Galactus, that's stupid. That's stupid. Why you're telling me the Fantastic Four are beating him?
In all of the Marvel universe, and, like, Marvel has always had this issue where they too early kill their villains.
Some of
Like,
these
the
villains, yeah, I hated that they killed like the big one for me that I wish they would never have killed was Killmonger. I hated that they killed
Oh,
Killmonger
yeah.
because
Yeah.
Killmonger would have been great. But yeah, Galactus and meaning that Galactus is still around.
Mhm.
Oh, I love it. I think eventually, yes, they will beat him and they will beat him. Maybe they'll make a Megazord like the Power Rangers and get them together and they'll slice him in half. I don't know. Great. I think the one thing that I felt lacked, I don't love what they did with Silver Surfer, and it's still in theaters, so I won't go too in depth. But I felt Silver Surfer out of all the characters, if you had somebody that got the short end of the stick, and the
Mhm.
stick was very long, and there's a bunch of great stuff that they had. So, but it's like if someone got a little less, and they didn't really flesh out the story of that, I wish they would have.
Yes.
Silver Surfer. So
No, yeah, I could see that. There's definitely some things that they could have expanded upon, like, they did touch on her origins and how she fits into Galactus's scheme.
exactly, but it's just yeah. So,
Yeah.
okay, guys, we're gonna pull up the final here, our final tally. So, here we go. Because and here's the big thing. Superman has hit digital and you can buy it. You too can own it and buy it at home and you can watch it millions of times. And the movie has been out for 5 weeks. 5 weeks, guys. There is
A
money
month and
still
some
left.
change. That is
There is
oh my
still
gosh.
money left on the table, and we have completely just said, "Screw it, let's put it out." And there was reports, maybe it's Peacemaker season 2, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. But they're like, "Let's have it out. Let's go." And also then the DVD, they announced that the DVD, if I remember right, was it's gonna come out September 23rd, and then you can really own it. And month-wise, that's only about 2 months and some change. So
That's it's it frustrates me. It frustrates me a lot. So, let me just preface this by saying, yes, I know I am not super old, but I am a little bit of the older generation. I am older than you, Jacob. So
yes.
I remember a time where it took 6 months to 12 months for a movie to go from being in theaters to releasing on DVD.
Yeah.
And the best part of that was it was like the movie was releasing again. It was a huge deal. Whenever it came out in theaters once, that was the first time everybody went and saw it in theaters. It was great. And then you wait a long time, and then it's like, hey, you remember that movie that you saw half a year ago? It's coming out on DVD, and
Oh, yeah.
everybody freaked out again.
I remember
You
because when
basically
I
get
was in elementary, that's how it was. That's how it
oh
was.
yeah.
My big one was trying to go get it because I didn't get to see it in theaters was, and I know it wasn't great, but it holds a special part in my heart was, The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I remember I was counting down the days in 2nd grade until that movie hit the shelves so me and my grandma could go get it at Walmart, but yeah.
No, and I just 5 weeks. I cannot believe it's still in theaters. There are
Yeah.
still theaters playing this movie, but they're like, "Ah, digital, make it to where people can watch it at home." And I'm sure it's gonna take just a couple more weeks before they make it available on streaming on HBO Max.
Yeah, let's
And
see here. I'm gonna you keep going. I'm gonna pull up
yeah, let
here.
me let me stay on my soapbox for a little bit. So I feel I strongly feel that we are hurting the movie theaters and the movie industry by making it so readily accessible to watch at home. I understand that people are like, "Well, if I wanna own the movie, I wanna own the movie." I get that, I really do. But whenever you make it just seriously 5 weeks after it comes out in theaters, most people won't even bother going to the theaters because they're like, I'll just stay home, wait a couple weeks, and then I'll be able to watch it at home in the comfort of my own home." It it sells short the movie theater experience. It hurts the movie theater business. It hurts the movie business itself because you know that these people that are making these movies, they need that box office money. So I don't know who is making these decisions that we are releasing these movies so quickly to digital and so quickly to streaming, but I don't see where the money is that these people are getting from releasing these movies so early. I can't see it, and it hurts me. And I know I get again, I'm from a slightly older generation. I remember watching the first Spider-Man movie. As you guys can see, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. But I remember watching the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie in theaters in 2002 and then waiting and waiting and waiting for it to come out on VHS and DVD, and it was such a huge deal when it came out. I got so many toys, I got so many cardboard standees and all this other stuff. My mother used to own a video store, like a Blockbuster, a family-owned Blockbuster, and whenever we finally had Spider-Man on shelves, we had rows and rows of Spider-Man DVDs for rent. And of course, that first week, gone. All of them gone, all of them rented out. And I don't know, this streaming generation, it hurts my soul to see movies being so cheaply treated. Anyway,
So Superman yesterday. I just looked this up off of the good old internet. Superman yesterday still made $1.4 million. That
in
shows
in theaters, yeah, so it's still got some
this was
some
well,
juice to
this was
squeeze out of the
August
theaters.
14th is what it made, and today we're looking at the 16th.
Mhm.
So a couple days, but still, that shows that there's still money to make with this movie. And the fact that we are already doing this, it just shows that more and more it's gonna make it to people. People aren't even gonna go to these theaters anymore because it's like,
No,
why?
theaters are gonna become extinct because people are just gonna be like, "Oh, directly stream it to our home, directly beam it into my forehead." Whatever the next generation of technology is that lets us have, entertainment, it's just gonna make these older things become things of the past, and they're gonna go away, and I'm afraid that they're gonna go away with a whimper, not with a bang, and it makes me sad because
Yeah, like we're saying this too, guys. Let's preface this as well. Superman is not going to make $1 billion. Okay, it's not going to get to
no,
that
no.
billion. So I understand, and maybe it doesn't need 120 days like Lilo and Stitch did, but it's still ridiculous that it's not even been out for a full month, and it's a good movie. I would have understood if we had if this was like a Madam Web or this was a Borderlines and this was a super stinker and this sucked. The movie has to somehow make money, so what that they have to recoup their money, so that's how they're doing it. Superman
Yes.
doesn't need to recoup their money. I mean, well, yeah, it does, but do you get what I'm like, Superman
No, no,
doesn't
I'm with you on that. It's
Superman doesn't
still
need to release in digital to make back it's already made its money, so let it just keep
let it
marinating.
keep making money.
There's
It's
people that also still wanna see this movie in theaters and are repeat viewings.
Mhm.
Families are loving this movie and are going back into seeing it, and the fact that we're just like, "Well, let's just drop it in there. Let's see what happens." It is really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate, and it's sad because it's just gonna keep killing and killing this movie-going business, the movie-going industry. It's really sad. I mean, there's a couple other things that are killing it that we won't get into today, but
Yeah.
it is really sad that this is what we've turned to, and I like you said, I am worried to see how this is going to go. But anyways, guys, what do you guys think of Superman? It's already hitting digital with only 5 weeks in, and me and Paul think that's just absolutely insane and ridiculous. Paul got on his soapbox, I got on mine. But anyways, guys, what do you guys think in the comments? Do you guys think maybe Superman should stay in longer? Do you guys think it's well, no, that 5 weeks is just right? Are you guys excited for it to hit digital? Let us know in the comments below. All right, guys. So, moving on, next topic. Yesterday, there was a little movie called Nobody 2 that hit theaters Thursday, but the official release was
Yeah.
yesterday. Both me and Paul got out to go see it. I really liked the first one, and I was really excited when they said we're gonna do a second one because the first one did not make a whole lot, but also it was
It was
right
a little
after
bit of a cult classic. I mean, it did gain a lot of popularity.
it was also right after COVID, so I think that's another
True,
reason
true.
why it struggled. But anyways, Nobody 2 comes out yesterday, and we're gonna get into it. We're gonna give you guys our spoiler-free thoughts on Nobody 2. For me, I thought it was a good movie. I don't think it's better than the first one. I do not think
No,
it's the first
I
one.
would agree, I would agree.
I also think that, and this isn't a bad or a worse thing. Well, I maybe a little bit of the bad. The movie's very quick. The movie, I blinked and I was like, "This movie's over? What?" I
Yeah,
was
no, I felt the same way because I went into the theater at 5, I was out before 7, I'm like, "Wait, was it really that
yeah,
short?"
exactly. I went to a 4 o'clock showing and I was out before 6. I was like, "This was
Yeah.
really quick." And I think it really shows in some parts, especially when it comes to the main villain of the movie, to me at
Mhm.
least. The main villain is shown to be pretty much just crazy.
Oh,
She's
big time.
crazy, psychopath, whatever, and she's really cool. I thought she was cool, and she's threatening, and it's great. But, that's about it. There's nothing else. That is about it, and she is maybe in the movie for, 10 minutes?
10 minutes? Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe, if that.
So, that's about it. But I think Nobody 2 was good. We replayed all the beats from the first one, very, very similar. Um,
Mhm.
it was packed full of action. There was
Oh,
not
big time. They definitely went above and beyond with the budget when it came to the fight scenes, the explosions, guns, all that. They knew what people were coming to the movie for.
and it was perfect. I think the way they did it was really good. It's not gonna win any big awards. No, it's
No.
not it's not better than John Wick, not even in the slightest. But it's a
Yeah,
good,
no.
solid, fun time at the movie. You're probably gonna hear too that some people are saying it's a comedy. Uh, I don't really feel
Mm.
that. I don't feel that. There are some people that are going out and they're like, "This movie's like a big comedy, it's a lot funnier." To me, yes, there are a little bit more jokey stuff that happens,
Yeah.
but it's not massive.
I
It's not.
w Yeah, no, I wouldn't call it a comedy. It has some comedic moments, sure,
Yes, yes,
but it's not like, I would, consider, like, The Naked Gun. That is a
comedy.
comedy
Yeah.
action film, whereas Nobody 2 is an action film with some comedy.
Yes, and so It's not as if you hear things about it's funny, it's it is and it isn't. Um, Also, the action in this film wise compared to Nobody 1, there is a lot more not a lot more action, but the action is a lot more gory, and
Yes.
we're going off the deep not off the
Oh,
deep end, but
they
we're doing a lot more gore. Now, it's not like okay, it's not like Nobody where it's like, "Oh, we still had decent action and that was fine." And then this one, it's like, we've got blood spewing everywhere like it's a horror movie. No, no, it's not that, but there is a good amount of, there's some gory stuff, and there's some stuff where you're
there
like,
is.
"Holy
There's some
shit."
body chunks flying around,
Oh, yeah.
some knife play, especially with Sharon Stone's character, the big
Yes.
villain. There's some moments where you're like, "Wow, I cannot believe that that made it into this movie," but it's not the entire movie.
Yes. Yeah, it's not the big whole thing. I think that this movie, like I said, was really good. I don't think it's not as good as the first one, in my opinion.
No.
The
Well,
first
and part of that is because the first one surprised you. Nobody was expecting
Nobody.
that, especially from Bob Odenkirk, who is
Yeah.
more known for his comedic roles.
Yep, and Better Call Saul and stuff like that. So,
Mhm.
I think it was part of the surprise, but also I really think Nobody 2 probably has better fight scenes, in my opinion.
I
It
would
has
agree.
I think the bus scene is really good.
Oh, yes,
The
definitely.
bus scene is great, and that final fight that he has against that Russian mobster
Mhm.
is amazing. I think that fight scene is really good, and I love how they did it. This one and this new one, their final big shebang, because like I said, they play the same hits. This
Yeah,
one at the end, it's not bad, but it's not great. It's not as great as the other one. This one, it's
yeah,
like we're getting some of it was like, okay, this is kind of silly, but
yeah. It felt a little rushed, and it kinda felt like even the bad guys knew what the plot was gonna be, like, "Okay, let's go meet these guys, have a big ol' gunfight, this is how we'll end the movie." It kinda felt like
the bad
somebody, like,
guys, yeah, I
skipped a
will
few
say the bad
pages.
guys in Nobody won were a lot smarter, and the
Oh,
henchmen
big
were a
time,
lot.
big
The
time.
ones in this one at times were very,
It was
very
yeah,
stupid, to say the
yeah.
nice thing. But yeah, also before we end this, a lot of people will ask, well, are there end credits? Because there were end credits in the first one. No, there are no end credits in this one. There unfortunately is no end credits, and that has me a little worried because I'm wondering if they do a Nobody 3. I think it's going to depend on how big the box
On
office is,
definitely.
but overall, me and Paul really liked it, and we definitely would recommend you guys go see it. Anyways, guys, what do you guys think of Nobody 2? Have you guys gone out to see it? Have you not? Me and Paul think it's really good, and we definitely recommend you guys go see it. But if you guys go see it, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. All right, guys, for our final topic today, we thought it's been out for a week and we've letting it get in some time to marinate. We thought we'd talk some weapons. Now, as you guys see, spoilers. We are going to go full spoilery detail into weapons.
Ugh, ugh.
Yeah, looking right at you. Yeah, tell me about it. When I was making that graphic last night, I was like, oh, but
Staring into your soul.
we're gonna go full weapons on this one because how do you not talk about this movie, guys? This movie is just it's something to talk about, and I feel like everybody is talking about it right now. It's just
Mhm.
I can't even describe to you how good of a movie this movie was and how interesting it was. Me and Paul had talked probably a week before Weapons came out because um
It was a very, very big anticipated movie for both of us. Whenever the
yes.
first trailer came out, we both I think we were watching Wolfman whenever we saw the trailer came out, we looked at each other and we're like, "We gotta watch this movie. Oh my
Yes.
gosh."
And Zach Kricke is just oh, he's great at these. And Paul had told me a week before, he was like, "Dude, when I first saw Barbarians, I was scared of the dark. That movie made me scared of
It
the dark."
did. It did.
I didn't personally feel that, but I also didn't see barbarians in the theater, so that's probably why. Weapons, on the other hand, I came home from Weapons and I was like, "Fuck the lights off." I said, "Fuck that. We're keeping the lights on today." It just it was creepy. It
It
was
sticks with you. It's
very
one of those
creepy.
movies, like, you check the closet, you check the next bedroom over, you if you hear the smallest sound in
Oh,
your
yeah.
house, you're like, "If I see this demon child coming for me, I'm running. I
Well,
am running."
and I think one great thing about this movie, and I don't know if you felt it in your movie, the silence. You could hear a
Yes.
frickin'
Oh my gosh.
you could hear a pin drop in my theater on how quiet things got, and I'm over here like, "Oh." Like, it was very, very, very creepy, and I think I
Mhm.
liked the storytelling on how he had all 7 different characters, and then he
Yes.
crescendos into this mold. Now,
Mhm.
I don't know if you felt this. I felt at times it got a little silly, and we added a comedy
Yeah.
where we
There
shouldn't.
there was There was definitely some comedic elements, and I think that he does that on purpose. He tries to, because the whole movie is kinda told almost like a campfire story,
Yeah.
because you have the little girl doing the intro at the beginning,
Which
and
what I don't know what they told that little girl to talk like, but fucking creepy as well.
yeah, she nailed that for sure, but I kinda feel like there are some elements where you feel the comedic sense pop in, and sometimes it feels out of place, and then other times there's kind of like comedic elements that happen not because they were meant to be comedic, but just the way that they happen in the movie. Like, I don't know about you, but whenever, um, oh my gosh, I forgot his name, the principal, who
The guy that
plays
plays Wong, yeah,
Wong, yeah, in Doctor Strange.
yeah, I don't remember his name, but I know.
I'm it's gonna kill me, but whenever he goes into heat-seeking missile mode and runs after Julia Garner's character, his
Andrew, and
eyes
Marcus is his name was Andrew Marcus, but she always called him by his last name, so Marcus.
what's the actor's name?
The actor's name is Benedict Wong.
Benedict Wong, that's right, okay. So whenever his eyes bulge out and he's in heat-seeking mode towards Julia Garner's character, part of me was like, "That is super creepy," like, I never wanna see anybody with that face on them, but at the same time, I'm, like, sitting there like, it's a little bit Looney Tunes-esque, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that was creepy. I think I was good until we revealed Gladys.
Oh, yeah, she was creepy, for
I
sure.
she was creepy, but to me, I didn't like Gladys, dude. I don't know what it was. I
As
just
a
it
character?
I just didn't like her. Yeah, dude. Like not in like, oh, you
Mm.
hate a villain. No, I didn't like her as a character and how she was written. I thought it was really uh, I understand her motivations. I understood that. I understood all of that. But I felt like once we started getting the answers to why these kids ran away, I was really starting to question some things. First off, when they finally enter the house and you see it in the little boy's flashback,
Mhm.
you see when they first off, and this one's a small one, but they all didn't come in a straight line. You saw them curve the thing around, and I was
Yeah.
like, so they didn't run in a straight line.
I like that, and that was part of the whole, like,
Yeah, is that they were
Josh Brolin's thing, like,
yes,
making the map, like, they were going straight this direction, but then,
yes.
yeah, no, you're right,
And
they
I understood I understood, like, if they got to the door and they, like, all met at the front, that's fine. But they curved at the street, and I was like, "Wait a second, that doesn't ma" oh, crack real bad. That does not make sense. Please explain that to me. And then the other thing, which a lot of people are talking about, none of the cameras picked that up as they all walked by in the neighborhood?
No, exactly, like, okay, so
None?
the cameras caught them leaving the house, but not them running down the street
Or
towards
running
this
through
house.
all their
Oh,
I was like,
yeah.
"Really?
You would have
Really?"
figured, like, somebody's like, "Hey, this map pinged or this camera pinged, this camera pinged, this camera pinged." They should have been able to track them all the way. My
Also
house cameras, like, track cars that are
or a
across the
wind
street.
or the wind blowing. Yeah, no,
The
I
wind, yeah, no, for real.
you have that. I think also that I was like, really? Which I guess it's convenient that there were no cameras on the house that they all had to go to. I was like, how convenient. Like you have to disdain some belief with some of this movie.
Yeah.
And I think also to the ending. We'll go to the ending here.
Yes.
When they go and kill Gladys,
So good.
it's
See,
funny. It's funny.
it's super funny, and I think we might have differing opinions on it. I loved it.
Dude, I hated it, and here's why. Because what did they do 2 seconds later?
The
The kids are all stuck. And
there's yeah,
I'm like, dude,
comatose almost.
and I to me was upset because I'm over here. I'm like, okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. You just ended with a very dark thing. Like these people, they have their kids back, but their kids were stuck in that trance for so long, they can't function anymore.
Mhm.
And that is such a dark turn. But to me, it was undercut by we're gonna have a funny and how they kill her. And
Yeah,
I hated
that's
that. I hated that because then you went from a ha 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 a ha 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 to Josh Brolin coming down, Matthew, Matthew,
yeah.
Matthew, and it's like it's hard to try to switch the tones that quick. And
It is a very, very abrupt switch from the humor, and I was laughing my butt off
oh,
whenever
I was too. I thought it was funny. Don't get me wrong.
you've got the neighbors watching Gladys run behind some houses, go, "Ah!" And then 2 seconds later, all the kids, "Ah!" It's
Like the lawnmower
oh my
guy too.
gosh.
Like
It was so
it's
great, but then you're right, literally 1 minute later, the heartbreaking realization that they haven't come back all the way.
which
I understand.
I hope because I guys I told Paul this the other day. I said I hope they do another one. And reason why
Mhm.
is because I feel like there is a lot of stuff you can do in this weapons world because these kids are still gone and we don't have the answer. Why is Josh Brolin when the lady's killed? Why is Josh Brolin fine, restored, whoop-de-doo-dah, he's fine. But the
But
kid
everybody else, the
and
kids
the
and the
parent
parents,
and the parents, they're completely done.
yeah.
It's like they could really explore some stuff. Also, there were some things that I think hint at first off, the bell. The bell
Yes.
had the number 6 on it, which is whatever, but then it also had this triangle on it. The triangle keeps getting brought up because it got brought up in the credits and how they ended the movie.
Yes.
So, I really wonder, I'm like, there's gotta be some more stuff to it, and I really feel like they could go back in this universe, and I know Zach Kricke recently, it's looked like he just does these one-offs, and it just leaves it open. But dude, if there are a couple universes where I wish they would do an origin story for, or an origin or a beginning, or they would do more in, and this is one of them. Like,
Yeah, I
another
can
one
see
that
that.
I've had that I really want them to do, I want them to do a Smile prequel, and how the Smile
Yes. Oh my gosh.
that would be a great movie. I don't know how they would do it.
Absolutely.
It'd be a great movie, but, like, this I'd love the origins, even if we did like because you know the Maxine trilogy that they've done with X and all that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, yes, I know what you're talking about.
And they did that trilogy and they hopped around different places. If they did this weapons, like we go back to Gladys and how Gladys came about this power, I don't know if that'd be as interesting, but
Mhm.
I still think it would be fun. I don't know what they could have done, but I think, like I said earlier, guys, I think Barbarians was the better payoff, but Weapons was the better concept.
I would agree. And they both are very much like campfire stories. They are straight up like here's like some scary stories to tell in the dark type stuff,
Yeah.
which the director Zach he takes and expands upon it, builds the universe like you said. I wouldn't be surprised if Barbarian and Weapons was in the same universe.
Yeah,
But
you told me that the other day, and I personally hope it's not. And I told you the reason why I hope it's not is just because Barbarian to me is very realistic. Like,
Mhm.
Barbarian could happen, minus the
The
big
10-foot
ass.
tall naked lady.
Yeah, 10-foot tall incest baby. Yes, that probably not so much, but what that guy did to create that incest baby 100% probably happened in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
Would not be surprised if that happened and that there are secret basements and all. And that's what I think, to me, when I watch horror movies, the more realistic they are, the more scary they truly are. To me at
Oh,
least.
and you know what I just realized now that you said that? Weapons and Barbarian can't be in the same universe because they have a common actor playing 2 different characters.
Oh, yeah, they do. The guy that's the actor
That
in
he's the
Barbarian.
actor in Barbarian, and he's the dad in,
Yes.
Weapons.
Whose dad was Oh, he was he
The
was
little girl's dad,
yeah, the one
who
that
had the
Josh
second Ring camera.
I wish
Josh what
Josh
was his name?
Archer Archer was Josh Brolin's character's
Um,
name.
no, no, not Josh Brolin, I'm talking about, the common actor between the 2. He was in Dodgeball, and this is awful that I'm forgetting all these names. I should know this. Justin Long.
But I think yes. I don't I just like I said, I don't think it should, but now that you brought it up, then it's definitely not
No,
possible.
it's definitely not, so there goes my theory.
Out the window. Say goodbye. But yeah, I also heard though, now that we've gotten weapons, is it fair to say that we should get excited for the next Zach Cricky movie? Should we get
I hope
excited?
so.
Because the big thing that the rumor has it that he's doing Resident Evil. And
Ooh.
the issue with Resident Evil, as you know, is they have not
They
made good
cannot
Resident
make a
Evil
good
movies.
movie.
But we also have gotten to the point now in society where we have made really great video game projects and not just, "Oh, it's nice, it's a solid." No, they are great
They're
video game.
groundbreaking
Exact
and yeah.
Fallout. Fallout, I have never played Fallout. I never have.
Mhm,
It was not a game when I was growing up that I played, but the show was really good. The show
mhm.
was really what's another one? I know there's been a couple that have been really good. Um,
Um, and a video game project turned
The
into a
Last of
movie or
Us.
show?
The
Last
Last
of
of
Us,
Us.
yes.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Season
up
2.
until season 2.
Season 2, there's, mm, uh
But we all knew that was coming, but the 1st season, they nailed it. That was everything that people wanted from the project, from the IP.
Yeah, but and I bet there's a couple. I know there's another one that we're forgetting that was good. I mean, Until Dawn, even though that's not a video game remake, it was still a solid
But it is
movie.
the IP,
Yeah,
and yeah, like we said before, if it was just a horror movie by itself without using the Until Dawn IP, it would have been great.
yeah,
But whenever you try to bring people in who are fans of a certain project, you know,
yep.
so I really hope that Zach, if he is doing this Resident Evil movie, I hope that he can bring his style to it because I love his style of movies. I hope he can bring his style, but still make it to where fans of the franchise are fully enveloped and they can have the movie that they have been waiting for, that we have been
Yeah,
waiting for
yeah.
since the first games came out.
I could see. I now that you've said with his storytelling, I could really see him doing Resident Evil 0 through 3,
Mhm.
doing that
And
through, and
doing the
he
character
switches through
POVs.
Chris, Claire, Leon, and, Jill.
Jill, yes.
I could see him doing that. Maybe not 3 because
Definitely.
of Nemesis if they want them to be at the mansion, but if they don't either I don't know, because it'd be really weird for
Well,
Jill.
so Resident Evil 0 happens literally, like, the day of or the day before Resident Evil 1, so you could try to combine those 2. Resident Evil 2 is a little bit after, Resident Evil 1, but 3 and 2 happen concurrently.
Yeah, I would probably do 3 and 2 just because you have your
Mhm.
big people. I mean,
Everybody loves the Raccoon City just setting, and that was what the last Resident Evil movie, Welcome to Raccoon City, we talked about this before. The set design
was
that they
great.
did on that movie,
Yeah,
that was the best part of the movie. everything else about that movie was dog water.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see what he does. There was also reports of a Joker and Harley movie. I really don't want to see a Joker and Harley movie
Yeah.
because I think we've fully ado just put fully a piece of shit in our mouth and really put a bad taste. Fully Doo was not great, and
It
I
was
just
not.
it left a bad taste. I'm not saying he would not do a good Joker movie, but I also
I
just
think we
don't.
just need to let that character, let
Let
that
Joker
concept
rest. Let
rest. Yes,
Joker
exactly.
rest. Joker is great. Please let him rest. Let's do other villains. Give us another Scarecrow. Give us Killer Croc. Give us Mr. Freeze. Give us other there's other characters in the Batman. But anyways, back to weapons. I think I think they did a great job with it. I think it's not as good as Barbarian, but I do think that they really caught something, and I am excited to see what he does next, and I'm hoping he does Resident Evil.
Absolutely.
But anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for us for the weapons review. I hope let us know, what did you guys think of weapons? Did you guys enjoy it? Did you guys not enjoy it? Are you guys excited for what he's gonna do next? Let us know in the comments below. All right, guys. Well, we're pulling in here on about 2 hours on the first podcast. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know about how Paul's feeling, but I've had loads of fun.
Oh, so did I.
We've
I
been
think that
having
this was great.
loads of fun. So, guys, we will have a new podcast come out every Saturday, every episode coming out Saturday. We're gonna figure out a time because I still have to edit this, and then we've got stuff to do. Like we said earlier, if you guys have any new news that you guys saw throughout the week, because we compile our news stories on Friday evenings, we make the graphics Friday evening, and then we post the story. We do the show Saturday mornings. Um, if you guys have any news stories or any fan theories or anything you guys want us to rank, anything at all that you guys think that'd be great for this show, email us down there at it's getting late podcast at gmail.com. Have it up there. But anyways, guys, Paul, I think it's getting late.
It is getting
So
late.
it's getting late and it's getting long. So that'll do it for us, guys. My name's Jacob,
I'm Paul.
and we will see you guys next week. Have a great week.
Later.